Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be again here to see the Zabbix family. Zabbix family is growing. That's really nice to see it. Let me introduce today's team. This about monitoring of behavior of blockchains, especially for Lithuanian community. Let me introduce me. So my name is Lukas Macura, and I am something like Zabbix fan, IT administrator, and some engineer by heart. So I'm trying to putting things together to make it working. I'm CTO and at Foresight Cyber Security. We are doing cyber security services like security reviews and vulnerability management and a lot of things around. And we were asked by Lithuanian community to help to design VPN services and to monitor the blockchain. So, okay, we answered them. That's not a problem. We are security expert. We can do everything. So we will do it. But simple question, what is it? Blockchain. Yeah? So the story begins. Some warm-up questions. So, have you ever seen heard about blockchain? Yeah. Have you tried to monitor blockchain somehow? Okay, that's great. So maybe you will suffer from this presentation. What is the Lithuanian project? The main goal is privacy on internet. So you can be a user who uses VPN services and paid by coins, so it's supported by blockchain. Or you can be the service provider, and you can earn the coins by providing VPN services. Now we are supporting the proxy mode, so you can use your browser proxy and you can connect to VPN, but we are near to release a full VPN version which will use OpenVPN for VPN connections. What to say here? Maybe some motto. When privacy is criminalized, so only criminal will have privacy. Yeah? So that's the probably main motto of entire project. Let me introduce how it looks in practical way. So these are exit nodes which are available now. You can just download the client, wallet and client and connect, or you can become VPN provider and update the map. Yeah? It's somehow easy, maybe, to become a provider. In fact, I am a maintainer of the dispatcher code for VPN servers. So if you will have any questions, just contact me. Let me show some short video from the founder of the project, Vyland, which want to say something to you.
Hi, my name is Valley, and I'm one of the co-founders for VPN, which is a cryptocurrency. We use Zabbix to monitor our blockchain to keep an eye on important metrics, things like the block times, block sizes, and the size of the transaction pool. And we receive notifications via email instantly when any of those things are missed. It helps us note how things are performing, if we're hitting our target block times, and also if something is going wrong, whether it's a code issue or because something's under attack. Lukas was a major help in getting all this set up. He has a lot of experience and knowledge with Zabbix. He used it at an enterprise level, and we couldn't have done it without him. But I think having Zabbix in place lets us really posture and know what's going on with our blockchain.
So Okay? Thank you. So now we are in. So let's talk about blockchain. So what is it, blockchain? Yeah, it's some distributed database. So database distributed over the nodes. And the main principle is governance. So all nodes should agree about next stage or about next step with blockchain. Main principle is that it's hard to find a new block to which will be next, but it's quite easy to check if that block fits or not. So this is main principle. So there are some miners who are trying to find the new blocks, and there are some if there is a governance that this block is really able to fit as a next in the chain, so there is a governance and that block is inserted. And everybody can at any time check entire blockchain that it's immutable. So when block is added, it cannot be changed anymore. Yeah? From the practical perspective, maybe it could be say like many people is building the tower from the bricks, but it is not usual bricks. That bricks has some lot of edges like a big Tetris, yeah? And only one brick fits inside for the next stage. So anybody tries to make it his or brick, but only one of them is winner, and put that working bridge inside and say, okay, it works. And the rest of people must check it, is okay, and say, okay, it's yours. You are the winner, so we can continue. We are in next round. So there are strong mathematical principles behind, but it's probably not so important to mention it here. What I wanted to mention, it's hard to, how to say, monitor something which is really, it's a lot of peers. You cannot monitor all the peers, yeah, because there are hundreds, thousands, or millions of peers doing the same, finding the next block. So you must find a way how to monitor this blockchain. Okay, so what can we monitor? So first of all, we should monitor the timestamp, because each block has some timestamp. So when it's inserted into chain, there is a timestamp. So if there is some tricky timestamps like that somebody is trying to change it, modify, or do something bad, so we need to monitor timestamp. Next, what's important, monitor block height. So we say in cryptocurrencies on blockchain, we say, okay, next block should come each 2 minutes. So if there is too much blocks, or if there are no blocks at all, it's problem. So we have to monitor the height of the blockchain, and do some useful alerting. Next, what we should monitor is difficulty. Yeah, like difficulty. It's some factor which affects that blockchain, and it says how quick should be next stage. So because the inputs can change, because I don't know, now there can be 1,000 of peers, and after 1 hour there can be 1 million of peers, and that network has to be able to regulate it, so each block will come approximately each 2 minutes. So there is a difference, there is a difficulty, and it says how it's difficult to put the next block in the chain. Yeah. Next, what we want to monitor is transaction pool size. In fact, it's number of transactions waiting in a queue to be confirmed. So there are some transactions, and I want to buy something, I want to sell something, list of transactions, And the queue should be, in real situation, it should be empty. Because if you have big queue, it means that your blockchain is not quick enough and you cannot confirm all transactions. Of course, because we are on peer-to-peer network, we have to monitor more peers. It's not enough to monitor one peer because there can be another state and another part of network. There can be another daemon which is doing some other things. So if we want to be sure that it works, we should monitor more daemons. Okay, so there are a lot of attacks against blockchains, but which one of the famous one is 51% attack. So what is worst in blockchain? What is situation? Which is worst situation in blockchain? Worst situation in blockchain is double spending. So you are spending the money, you think so you buy something, and same money are sent to another place, and you don't know, and you don't know. So you think you have the money, but you don't have the money because somebody else steal it because he has some fork of chain and doing some bad operations. So what we will do here? We can monitor some statistics and things like blockchain stopped to add any new blocks. Blockchain is too fast. Some blocks are too fast, too fat. So how is it possible that there were approximately 5 transactions in block and now there are 50 transactions in block? So there are some alerts based on this. Low difficulty, it's problem. Okay, if there is low difficulty, so we have no miners, or where is the problem? If we have big difficulty, okay, there is a lot of miners. That's not a problem, but you must know about this behavior. Timestamp being tricked, okay? If there is timestamp change, so you will get some information from the network that which timestamp is lower or bigger than the daemon system time, so it's problem 2. And of course, hash rate spike. So think about normal situation, and now some big pool connects and want to mine something. So there is a big spike in difficulty because network has to regulate the speed. So there are the things which Zabbix helps us to monitor and to alert the operation staff about this. Here is a difficulty. As I said, this is some number which says how quickly we want to build new blocks. So how complex is to finding new blocks. Yeah? It's some hash rate mechanism which said that the hashes has to, if you make a hash of something, some random nonce, so you must find something what will fit into function of this difficulty. You see that it should be stable. In normal situation, it should be stable. If there are some spikes or some gaps, there is probably something bad with blockchain. Next, as I already mentioned, time-based attacks. There are some proofs that not only 51% attack can lead to double spending, but in some rare situation, even tricking the time can be used for double spending. It's more difficult to do this kind of attack, but it's possible. So again, we are taking care about timestamps, and we are checking the average of timestamps between all daemons which we have in which we have monitored. Yeah. Okay, so it was something about the blockchain. Now, really, how it works in Zabbix, or how we implement it. So you see down there is a blockchain. There are some daemons which are operated by operation staff. And there is Zabbix server which collects the data. In fact, there is a Python script on the Zabbix server which connects to all daemons and to the API port and gets information about states of blockchain. So block height, timestamp, difficulty, transaction pool size, and the next information. Of course, even the nodes are monitored by Zabbix agent because you need to know if there is some system level problem on the node. So Zabbix is regularly monitoring this information, put into database, and there are triggers which are created for situation which I mentioned. So this is how it's made. Okay. Now you can try to look how it looks. You can try to enter the URL monitor.lithium.io, and you can get inside. What I wanted to mention here, let us find a winner. Who will be first? Because there, that site is running with Zabbix with Guest permissions. So who will be first? We will create some new object there. Yeah? If there is some winner, under Guest rights, if you are able to create something. If you see that nice regular expression down bottom, so it's like rework of permissions by Nginx. So I had to do this way because there was some issues that even if you are Guest, you are able to do something. That I think you are able to create dashboard or screen, or you are able to create. So I had to use some redirect in Nginx. This is not possible. It's not so nice way. So I think there is. I already opened feature request for it. So let's hope it will be better. Next, correct me if I am wrong, but are we able to enter the Kiosk Mode by default by some URL? Or we have to click? I didn't find a way. So I want, because I think until now we were anybody uses Zabbix as internal tool for monitoring. But now it's another stage. I want to say, okay, here is the Zabbix, and anybody can see what's there. So we must be sure that the Guest permissions are okay, and that if we enter that kind of page, best is if we are in Kiosk Mode and we cannot exit. Yeah? And it's best how to monitor and how to make it public. Okay, so here is small gift for community, which we made. And this is CryptoNode Zabbix script, Python script. Yes, it needs to be documented well, of course. We will work on it. But it's GitHub project. You can download the script, and you can monitor almost every blockchain which is monitor-based, because it uses API, and that API is same over a lot of currencies which uses monitor. So anybody can use it and monitor their currency. Of course, we are if there are some improvements, or if you want to be next coder or something like this, so let us know. It's GitHub, it's open. So we are waiting pull requests. Okay, I would want to mention here people who helped a lot with this. So what is Palas, which is blockchain expert? He helped a lot with data mining from the daemons and with configuring right or preparing to configure right things in Zabbix in triggers. And Vyland Jordan, which is Lithium project founder, which was in video. Okay, not sure about time. 10 minutes. Okay, so if we can go to questions, or are there some questions?
I see hands raised. Yeah, so are we changing the sequence? Okay, let's change the sequence.
Hi, thank you. It's very interesting talk. Do you use the monitoring, the alerts, or from Zabbix or something like that for trading? For trading signals for blockchain, for currencies?
We are IT guys, we are not stock market guys. So we are using it for alerting operation staff to know that there is something with blockchain. Yeah? If somebody will use this, maybe somebody will hack some currency and will use the result of this for buying or selling coins. I don't know. But we use it really for technical reasons, only technical reasons.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I see hands raised over there.
Hi, thank you for your presentation. I was very curious about blockchain. So I have two questions, okay? How do you monitor, in other words, what's the main point for monitoring in blockchain with Zabbix? For example, hash values or something like that? And second question is about the transaction. It is said it is slow, it is said. So do you have some problems about the performance in blockchain with Zabbix?
I'm not sure I understood the first one, so can you repeat? I'm not sure I've got it.
So what is the point we monitor?
Why
what is the point in the blockchain?
The point of monitoring.
Because if you are doing any or you are how to say, if you are in operations and operate some blockchain, either it can be some anytime it's some kind of currency, yeah. And if you are operating this, you should know what there happened, because in history there was a lot of attacks. It's like 51%, and you have some weak algorithms or something like this. So if you want to be sure that your blockchain is not forked, that it's not like there is not some attackers doing some bad things, you must monitor it. It's same like normal system. If you want to be sure that your system is working well, you need to monitor. But the difference is that if the difference is to monitor one system where I will install Zabbix agent, a difference is to monitor the really big cloud of peers in blockchain. But primary goal is to know that there is some bad behavior in blockchain.
Okay, thank you.
And the second one?
About the transaction. So it is said blockchain performance is a little bit gradually slow, it is said. So do you have some problems about the performance in blockchain?
I'm not sure if there can be some performance, because it's really complex. Complex question is complex answer. Yeah? What is the performance of blockchain? You can measure the speed, how often you have the new block. You can measure how many transactions fit into block, but it's up to algorithm and up to software which you made for all the peers to make that speed, how to say, predefined or average to be in some limits. Yeah? It's not possible to say some. Yeah? I'm not sure if I can understand, if I can answer here.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, we can. Of course, I'm here, so we can talk later about any aspects.
Any questions from the application, please?
Yeah. So you've mentioned a few words around the VPN gateway. So if I want to become a VPN gateway, what is the process and how does that work and what are the hardware requirements?
Yeah. In fact, we are still finalizing it because we are in beta stage. But I think it's documented. This kind is documented on our web, and it's there is some SDP platform which you must upload your information about your provider, and you must deploy the node. And we are working on the good manuals how to make the nodes working. So as I said, it's somehow easy, yeah. But you need probably some knowledge. Yeah, we are trying to make it automated. So there are some scripts so that you can install it on the server, but you need some knowledge how to make it. And we are working on the documents. So I think everything is on our web, and we are improving it. Trying to improve.
Right, thank you. One more?
Yeah.
There was another question. If there are any false positive ratios for monitoring blockchain with methods that you described?
False positive, of course, because sometimes it happens. It happens that blockchain stopped to add the new blocks from plenty of reasons. Like you can have some problems communicating with the daemons. You can have the problem with that there are not so many miners. There are a lot of things which can happen, and of course there are false positive. But again, we are improving the triggers and improving the technique behind to eliminate this. But yeah, it's quite young software, so we have to improve it and we have to find best way how to do it. But yeah, there are false positive.
Right. Thank you.
If we have one more question, yeah, time permits. So yeah, go ahead from the audience or from the application.
We have no more from the application.
Okay. Okay, then everything is clear, and thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.